Attention YouTubers, my hair would like to inform you that I have a new microphone. My hair bought it. Hey guys, this is a battle here against knockout97. I've battled him before, and so has Silver Sonic. And yeah, so got a battle with him, and I lead with an Uxie while he leads with a Yen Mega. So he just goes for the Bug Buzz here, which is pretty good for him. Takes Uxie down quite a bit, to say the least. And he gets his speed boost and all, and I switch into Caesar, but unfortunately he's got the Hypnosis, and a sleeping Caesar is definitely not a useful Caesar. And he's just going for the air slash here, and that's not going to do much, but, you know, I'm asleep. But, you know, thankfully I'm getting to work off a few turns here, and now I go into Azelf to face this Skarmory which he brought in. And yeah, I go for the nasty plot, and he makes the good play and just whirlwinds me out, so that's pretty good for him. And yeah, so I bring in, or get whirlwinded out into Caesar, who I believe on the second or third turn, I'm not quite sure which one that was, I get the Wake and I U-turn out back into Azelf. And I figure since last time I went for the nasty plot, he just predicted I would go for the flamethrower, but he actually makes another good prediction there and just, you know, predicts that I would go for the nasty plot again, and that's exactly what happens. And down goes my light screen, and I know Uxie can take anything he has pretty well, so I go for the Stealth Rocks first, and his Brave Bird takes me down like 60 HP or something. Just Uxie is a beast, very defensive. And I get to set up my light screen and the rocks before Uxie goes down, so definitely not in vain. And that's a really good thing. And so now I just go into Azelf here, and I'm just going to go for the flamethrower this time. No nasty plotting, no nothing. And I figure he probably went for the whirlwind again there. Not quite sure, but yeah, this time no whirlwinding the Azelf out. And that's obviously a KO. And so now he goes into Yen Mega, and I'm not entirely sure why. Yen Mega takes half damage from the Stealth Rocks, which is huge, and then I can just kill it with the flamethrower. And so, yeah, it's a dead Yen Mega. So next he sends in this Vaporeon, and obviously I can't do too much to it, and I predict the Surf, go out into Venusaur, who takes it incredibly well, and I have to say Venusaur is a very underrated special tank, and yeah, I don't know, he can, even though, you know, he's got the poison type and the grass type, so, you know, weak to Ice Beam and Psychic and all, you know, it's still great. I mean, he can even take those attacks. Anyway, so I sleep powder it and then try to go for the Leech Seed, but he wakes up, goes for the Protect, I put him back to sleep, and now I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed again, and that's going to be a pretty good deal. There goes my light screen, but that's not going to end up mattering too much. So, yeah, so his health is getting sapped by the Leech Seed, plus stabbed, I believe 80 power, super effective Energy Ball is going to be taking its health down quite a bit as well. And, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And so I get to take out his Vaporeon for nothing, really. And, yeah, so the next thing he switches in is Breloom, and I predict that he'll go for that sub, and then I go for the Sludge Bomb, and it's super effective, it can take out a sub. A lot of Breloom users make the mistake of going for the sub, you know, just predicting the switch right away, as opposed to going for the Spore and then the sub, which is what he does now. So you can often take advantage of that, and it ends up working out pretty well there, I have to say. So, yeah, now I'm into Zapdos, and Zapdos is almost a perfect counter to Breloom. Breloom cannot do anything to Zapdos practically, and Zapdos obviously can hit back really hard with that Heat Wave. And, yeah, it's a pretty good deal, and as you'll see, Focus Punch just doesn't do anything. I mean, that's a stabbed Focus Punch from a Breloom, no less, and it just doesn't do that much at all. So I'm obviously going to stay in and keep on Heat Waving. No need to roost or anything at this point. He's just going to try to keep on setting up the sub because he figures eventually it'll miss. I mean, it's got 90% accuracy. Heat Wave has 90% accuracy. And, you know, it's pretty high, but misses sometimes. And yeah, so he's just going to go for the sub, hoping for a miss. And that's not going to happen next turn, I know. But I think the turn after this, he realizes that even if he did get the sub up, it's not going anywhere. I mean, as you can see, my health is already almost up to full again from the leftovers recovery, and so he just starts seed bombing. And so yeah, it's pretty much decided. It's kind of funny because, of course, on the turn he stops subbing, I actually miss with the heat wave, but it wouldn't have mattered. Zapdos can take so many of those attacks. And yeah, it goes down to a heat wave, so that's a pretty good deal. And I get my leftovers recovery, and then he goes into Electivire. And that's a pretty good move on his part. He can go for the Ice Punch here, and that's going to do a pretty hefty sum of damage. And I'm just going to roost here to see what he's thinking. And after seeing that, I realize, Zapdos is going to go down. So he actually makes a very good play there and goes for the Thunder Punch in case I decide to switch instead of the Ice Punch, because obviously Ice Punch is not going to kill in one turn, as he just saw. And so yeah, he goes for the Ice Punch again after that for the kill. And I just did a Heat Wave, get as much damage as I can. And as you can see, his Life Orb's taking him down, so now he's low enough that I can just go into Predator and just Bullet Punch away. And his last poke is a Salamence. And yeah, shiny Salamence there. And yeah, I believe he goes for the Dragon Dance in a last attempt, but even after the Intimidate, Bullet Punch is still going to do a decent amount, so that's a good game there. Knockout97, and comment, rate, subscribe, you guys. I will see you next time. Peace.
We deem this battle to be significantly dull. It requires more lasers, preferably from the moon.